Fine, fine.
The
Fine,
screen
fine.
share.
That's okay. That's okay. It's all clear, no? You can see the entire
Yes, yes.
screen
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yes.
also seeing in my this one.
Yes, you can
So
go
I
ahead.
think it's all clear. Correct? Okay, fine. So this is myself, Naveen Mascarenhas. I'm from St. Aloysius Autonomous College, the college in which I studied for 8 years. I started working from 95, and this is my 27th year in the same college. I was earlier into electronics department, and later on moved to computer science, animation, and application department. It's a pleasure working there, and I know the place very well. And we take these kind of exercises very seriously. NAAC framework. Let's go to the next slide. This is all vision and mission of NAAC. May not be that very important for us. All of us know the vision and mission of NAAC. Uh, Actually, we are also a mentor college to guide the 5 neighboring colleges, and we have been guiding Milagros College, Balmata's Government First Grade College, Raymond's College, Rosario College, which is actually now discontinued, and these colleges they are under this Paramarsh scheme of UGC. The idea of actually the vision of NAAC is to see that we handhold these weaker institutions and see that everybody scores at least 2.5, by 2025. That is their vision actually, and that's why colleges like ours are given 5 colleges to guide, so that they also come up and at least score 2.5, which speaks about the quality of the institutions in India, right? 2.5 will come to a grade which we shall see in the table little later on. What I am saying, 2.5, why 2.5? But that is the vision of NAAC, and for that they are working continuously. They are upgrading their framework time and again, and so on. Okay. If you want to see clearly what is their goal, the first point is to arrange for periodic assessment. So once in 5 years, right? I said I was the NAAC officer in the year 2015. So you may be wondering what has happened to Aloysius College. We got 7 years break, 7 years gap. And you also will get, colleges like yours also will get provided in 3 consecutive accreditations, you are at the top. I hope you got that point. Suppose, when a college like yours, after 3 accreditations, if you see yourself, all the 3 accreditations, you are at the highest level, then you will be granted this 7 years. Instead of 5 years, they will say it will be 7 years. So that's how, though our previous NAAC assessment was 2015, right now we are going in 2022. So it's proper. All right. So that's how you should understand when I say, why there is a gap of 7 years. Otherwise, normally it is once in 5 years. The second point is to stimulate the academic environment for promotion of quality in teaching and learning. All of us must be knowing that teaching and learning is the most important criteria. Correct, no? Maybe 350 marks for affiliated colleges. For me, it is 300 marks for an autonomous college out of 1,000. So you can understand how much weightage is given. 35% weightage for teaching learning itself. And research, another, component, very interesting component, which is given for me, for a college like me is 150. For you, it is 110 maybe. So that much of weightage is there for these 2 out of 100%, 35% and 11% is not bad. 46% is there only in two of the criteria. Criteria 2 and criteria 3. Criteria 2 will be teaching learning and criteria 3 is research. And the third point in the vision and mission is to encourage self-evaluation. So by going through this process, we also know where we are. Correct, no? And accountability. We are accountable, right? Accountability, autonomy, and innovations in higher education. So innovation is picking up. Earlier, this question was removed for college, and it was there only for postgraduate college. When I see the latest framework, when I was preparing yesterday for today's presentation, I find that innovation is added even to the UG level. So you can understand the vision of NAAC, therefore. They want everybody to come up. They want the students to do or get into innovation at the UG level itself. What they were thinking earlier, only at the PG level or at the engineering level and so on. Now they want in the general education itself, because they have put a metric related to innovation, which they said earlier not required for undergraduation. Next one, to undertake quality related research studies, consultancy and training programs. And last one, to collaborate with other stakeholders of higher education for quality evaluation, promotion, and sustenance. So sustenance, promotion, evaluation. So this is the goal of IQAC, is it not? IQAC should initiate quality initiatives, see that quality is sustained and quality is developed also. Quality development, quality sustenance, quality initiative. All these are the three key indicators of IQAC as well, which shall always look into NAAC process in every college, right? These are the core values. The first one is contributing to national development. Correct. So when we grow, the nation grows, and the nation will get a name in the world map. Surely, right now we always say Sweden's education policy is very good. So someday will come where they may also appreciate, maybe in Asia, India has come to that level. Fostering global competencies among students. So our students are also can compete, with the global students, in the market. Including a value system among students. So this is very important. Inculcating. Promoting the use of technology. Now this is the talk of the day. Without technology, we cannot even survive. And we are all understood that during pandemic. And even this kind of national faculty development webinars, if they happen so smoothly in online mode, means you can imagine where the country like India has reached. Immediately we all adjusted, right? Yesterday, I think 2 days before, a friend of mine has come from USA. He was appreciating the way GPay and PhonePe and other things are working. Even for 10 rupees, the students are paying, to small shops. Even where we have tender coconut, there we also pay 35 rupees or 40 rupees, which they don't have. Remember, in their own countries they don't have, and we are managing it here. So technology in India has grown very fast, and can you imagine the speed of the network these days? I'm using right now fiber optic, internet at my place. So that's the kind of technology that has come in. Promoting the use of technology in education. And the last one is quest for excellence. So that's the aim that every institution should have, quest for excellence. This is a revised assessment and accreditation framework. We are moving from qualitative to quantitative, right? With increased objectivity and transparency. Of course, you may differ. Everybody will have their own versions. When we went for qualitative, quantitative, if you ask me seriously which was better, I will still say the previous version was better in 2015. Not because there is a lot of work now. I enjoy doing that work. It's technology and we like all technology. We work very seriously. But then quantitative, yes. Who is assessing the quantitative one? Right now we are having this challenge. The NAAC will not assess that. No, there are some DBV partners, data validation and verification, right? So those are, let's say, 4 or 5 in number in the country. They get our SSR and they evaluate us. And whenever their response comes, we write back to NAAC only. We can't write to DBV because we do not know who are these people, right? It's kept very confidential and secret. So DBV response comes to us through NAAC and we write back to NAAC and NAAC says, no, we can't do anything about this. This is the DBV. The third party agency is handling it based on the documents that you have submitted. So nothing can be done. So therefore, please understand, it's not easy to score in quantitative because there is no dialogue that is possible, right? Dialogue is only through your submission of documents and the way you submit in the presentation. If the presentation is not very clear or if it is not very convincing, it may be convincing to you when you do it, but it may not be convincing to the person who is looking at it. So he will reduce your numbers. Can we fight? We can't, right? So that's the challenge. But we are moved from qualitative to quantitative. And how much of quantitative is there right now? It is, earlier they were saying 70%, about 70%. It is exactly now 68% here and 32% here. Earlier it was 70-30 exactly. Now it has become 68% and 32%. I will tell you why these numbers have come. Because the number of questions have drastically reduced in the new framework. If you want to know now itself how many questions are there, I'm writing it there. Only these many questions now. Earlier, how many questions we had? Anybody knows? Let me see, just for gathering, some information on the participants' knowledge on how many questions were there in the affiliated college framework. Anyone has any idea? Anybody's responding? Oh, 122, that's too high. I don't think so. We had 122. Anyone else? One more? Vijay Kumar KD, sir. Thank you, sir. But it was nice. It was 93, I believe. These many questions were there. Now it has come down to 55. So you can imagine, how many questions have become less. And why it has become less, NAAC has given a beautiful explanation. We will see that. So revised framework towards extensive use of ICT, confirming scalability and robustness. In terms of simplification of the process, drastic reduction in, I told you just now, number of questions, size of the report. Earlier, I was telling, though I appreciate qualitative, it used to be 2 volumes, I said, no? 2 books of, let's say, more than 500 pages. So many, no? And they've also decreased the number of visit days. It has come down. Earlier, it was 3 days. Now it has come to only 2 days. Right? So all these they are revised assessment and accreditation framework points. In terms of boosting benchmarking, this point, as quality improvement tool, this has been attempted through comparison of NAAC indicators with other international QA framework, quality assessment framework. Introducing pre-qualifier. Correct, no? Pass-fail is there in this. So once you submit your SSR, in the quantitative, you should get at least how much percentage in the quantitative? To get a visit to your place, you must get at least 25% here. All right. So 25% of the marks you should score out of the 68% total. You should at least get 25% of 68%. You should get pass marks. Then only a visit is possible. So this is SGS. Whenever you get to read SGS, means it is system generated score. All right. Introducing system generated score with the combination of online evaluation, about 70%. I told you exactly now it is 68, and peer judgment about 32%. Please remember, for this 32%, peer judgment means the peer team will come. PTV we say. Peer team visit. Peer team visit will be there to your colleges for this 32%. Yes, a small component. That's how a lot of partiality used to be there earlier. I'm not justifying the earlier system totally. What used to happen earlier, the full control was there with the team which was coming. So if you are good to the team, or if they find that you are, you are very, very good, or you're okay, even if you are not too good, but you are in a rural place, all those compassionate ground, they were giving good marks because everything was in their hand. No, now 70% is not in their hand. NAAC has given it to the DBB partners, and they based on they don't give scores. They based on our submission of data and verifying our documents, they evaluate the score. Definitely, they will be working under the NAAC, under the guidance of NAAC. Correct. So that way, qualitative we need not fear these days. As much as we used to fear maybe earlier, because totally it is not in their control. Correct. Only 32%. But still, to get a higher score, this 32% matters a lot. Correct, no? Always we know that. So 3.51 is the top score, no? For the A++ grade, we need to have 3.51. It's not easy. It is always definitely peer team visit, and their 32% control. Out of that, what we score really matters there. In introducing the element of third-party validation, that's what they are doing now. So I told you this, DBB partners. There are 4 or 5 of them, maybe in the entire country, or many more, maybe must have been added now, because the workload is so much now. Daily I was seeing maybe around 4 to 5 colleges are applying on a daily basis. On a daily basis. 4 to 5 colleges. Just imagine, in a month, therefore, 200, 150 applications are there around with the NAAC. And they have to arrange for peer team visits, no? So that's the challenge even NAAC is also having. And the NAAC is having the headquarters in Bangalore, in my state, that is Karnataka. In providing appropriate differences in metrics, weightages, and benchmarks to universities autonomous colleges and affiliated colleges. We are concentrated only on autonomous colleges. But is there a difference in weightage? Yes. Autonomous college, we are supposed to design our own curriculum, no? So criteria 1 has little more weightage. Whereas affiliated college, for you, the curriculum comes from the university. Therefore, the weightage is not as much as given for autonomous college. All right. And in university, the weightage should be more for research compared to autonomous and affiliated college. Correct now. So that's how weightages keep changing, and they have changed in the revised framework. In revising several metrics to bringing enhanced participation of students and alumni in the assessment process. So is there a greater participation of students in the revised framework? Answer is yes. Also of the alumni? Also yes. There are specific questions related to only alumni and students. Okay, great. The 7 criteria, I think the first thing that all the staff members teaching in education institutions, that too in higher education institutions, they should know these 7 criteria. So criteria 1 is curricular aspects. Criteria 2 is the teaching, learning and evaluation. Third is research, innovations and extension. Fourth one is infrastructure and learning resources. Student support and progression. Governance, leadership and management. Institutional values and best practices. In our earlier NAAC, when we went in 2015, we got 4 out of 4 in this and this. All right, 4 out of 4. Remaining, of course, about 3, surely about 3, but then never touching 4. But then, is it possible to score out 4 out of 4? That's possible, right? So, but not in, it's a challenge to get to this 4 out of 4 in all the criteria. No, but you can always try. The criteria that you are good, one criteria that you are good at, please give 100%. That particular person who's in charge of that criteria, I hope there will be always 7 people in charge of 7 criteria, and under them there will be a group, and then there will be sharing among the groups and so on. So that's how we work. We make groups and we share, because there are some things which are related. What is there in one may be useful even to 2 also. So discussion is required, but then somebody should head. Each criteria should be headed by someone, and it is so nice if it is given in advance to somebody to look into, and they will be given the new criteria framework, right? And they will keep preparing, not for the NAAC, but from the day 1, because every year you have to submit AQR, and these days, if you have seen, what is AQR? Annual Quality Assurance Report, right? And these days, if you have seen, AQR is same as NAAC questions, right? So it's easy if somebody is in charge of that for the entire 5 years, As we make coordinators for NAAC, it's better to make coordinators even for 1 criteria, right? We recently had been to, I said, no, we went to 2 or 3 colleges before we started writing the SSR. And I am suggesting that also at the end. We went to Krishna Jayanti College. They gave 1 metric to 1 teacher. Forget about giving 1 criteria. There is so much to learn from all these people, guys. 1 metric, 1 person was in charge, and just imagine how much he must have loved that metric, because it is his metric. He will not allow, it has come to that perfection at the end. He will not allow anybody to tamper his data, because he has handled the data. And if somebody is improving the data, he will do it, but he will verify and everything. The person is in charge. 1 person is in charge of 1 metric. Just imagine if there are 55 metric, if there are 55 people, and if you are in charge, or let's say 55 people, we don't have 27. Each one is given 2 metric. Is it not easy? This is how we should look at the NAAC process. It's possible. If Krishna Jayanti can do it, we also can do it, right? Of course, we are not divided into metrics, but then we divided into 7 criteria. But in the criteria, there were, let's say, 10 to 12 members, and each one was given, let's say, 1 metric there also, or maybe 2 together were given 1 metric. We did this way: 2 were given 1 metric, because if one does the 1 mistake or oversight, other one is there to check. So like that we work. So you also can think of like this: 55 metric now. Even if there are 27 people, in your or 28 people in your college, each one should be given 1 metric, or let's say 1/3 also. If you say no, we don't have 28 also, divide by 3. Correct? So 18 are enough to handle. Each one should be given 3 metric, but correct? As far as possible from the same, no? From the same criteria. So that's how we can work nicely. Eligibility for assessment, all of us are eligible. Definitely those who are listening to this talk, all your colleges are affiliated to a university recognized by UGC, and therefore automatically you are eligible to apply for NAAC. This is the latest circular. All right, that's what I was saying. Of course, this is dated 12th April of this year, but look at this, will be effective from 1st June 2022. This is only for notification, is not for me, not for the universities, not for the university autonomous colleges. It is for affiliated constituent college manual. So all those who are going to apply from 1st June onwards for the IIQA, that is institutional, this one for quality assessment, all right? From 1st June, the revised manual only will be applicable. So that's the manual that I'm going to discuss, all right? Good. Again, in January 2022, this is what the NAAC says, why they did the changes. Let's read this. In January 2022, that is this year, metrics related to 7 criteria, including both QNM. QNM stands for quantitative metric, and this is QLM, stands for qualitative metrics, have been now reduced to 55 to ease the assessment and accreditation process of NAAC for affiliated constituent colleges without compromising the quality aspects. So they have reduced the questions, but have they compromised on quality? The answer is no. So therefore, if at all, if someone is thinking, oh, they have reduced the number of questions, maybe quality has come down of the NAAC assessment, never. They must have combined some of the questions into one, or maybe the ones which were, I thought somewhere, repetitions were there in 1 or 2 places, all that they have combined. All right. So they also learn on a constant basis, and they have brought out the new framework in October, and that's what we are going to follow. The stakeholders of higher education have given their feedback. Higher education. So we are all called HEIs, Who are we? We are all HEIs, higher education institutes. We have given our feedback whenever they ask for, in online mode. Reduce the degree and magnitude of predicament faced by us. So a lot of trouble we face when it comes to this, submission of data. Huge work it is. During the process of filling their self-study report, we have given our feedback. Accordingly, NAAC has constituted a team, and the Ministry of Education, earlier MHRD, now Ministry of Education, and University Grant Commission, they have requested NAAC to ease, and that's how they have come down to these 55 metric now. Look at this. You need to look at only the one which is highlighted. KI stands for key indicators, okay? In each metric criteria, in each criteria, there will be key indicators. Okay? How many key indicators are there? Right now, 32. Earlier, how many were there? 31 were there. What is written inside the bracket is relevant now. Now, how many qualitative metrics are there? 21. How many were there earlier? 35. So a reduction of 14. Correct? Drastic reduction of qualitative. And remember, for these 21 questions, there will be peer team visit. Peer team visit is for 21 metric. And how many we have to submit? We have to submit online the entire SSR, including the qualitative. But how many will be assessed without the peer team visit? Only these 34. By whom? By the DVB partner. Based on what? Based on our data only, surely. Based on our data, our documentation, our presentation, right? So earlier, how many were there here? 58. It has come down to 34. So a drop of 24 metric. So just imagine, earlier the number of questions, as I told that time, were 93. Somebody had told me that time 120, and it is for universities, okay? Autonomous, we had 107. Now also we are having. We have no reduction so far. But it may come down because it has already come down for affiliated and constituent colleges, is it not? So right now, how many metrics will be there? Only 55. That's a good news. A lot of work will be less, I believe, and we can do that therefore efficiently. And that's what they said in the previous, paragraph. Also, I think they also considered. See this last paragraph: to reach the unreached. Remember, we have higher education institutions spread across India, northeast, far off, far-flung regions. All right, now. So we need to, the NAAC need to have everybody in mind, no? Not only the private institutions, the government institutions, not only the government-aided institutions, they need to see even the rural institutions, which are maybe private or government or whatever. But look at the facilities sometimes in far east, now northeast and all that. So based on all that, they have come down to this now, 55. All right. This may be not very clear, but it doesn't really matter. I want you to see whatever I'm highlighting only. 100 marks out of 1000 for criteria 1. As I told you, criteria 2 is the most important one, 350. Remember, whatever is in yellow is all changes in the new framework. Otherwise, you may say, sir, here why you are not put yellow? No change, same headings, and these are called key indicators. So in criteria 1, how many key indicators are there? 4. 1. Sorry, this is not applicable to you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Curriculum planning and implementation, academic flexibility, curriculum enrichment, and feedback system. This has not changed. But here there is one change, see? In the new framework, earlier it was student diversity, this was called as. Now they are calling it as student-teacher ratio. They are very specific now. Okay, student-teacher ratio. Of course, we need to have a healthy ratio of 1:20. That's what they envisage. You know, even in NRF, the one which I'm going to discuss later, also will say the same thing. No? 1:20 ratio. How to achieve that and all is a challenge. We'll see how we can do that. All right. What is the meaning of regular faculty and all that? They will. I mean, it's not necessary that there should be always full-time faculty. Regular faculty should be there. That's the meaning. So 350 marks. So 100 and 350, 450, almost 50%, no? For criteria 1 and 2 itself. If you add 3 now, it's over. It's above 50% weightage, no? 110 marks. So 450, 460, 560. Correct? No. We have already crossed 50%, 56% now. And the remaining will be of lesser weightage. 100. This is criteria 4 infrastructure. Before, even if you are in a rural village and all, that's what their aim is, you know. They don't tax you, you know. 100 marks only for the infrastructure. Sometimes we give more importance there. Actually, we should give importance to teaching, learning, and evaluation, curricular aspects, research, innovation, and extension. These are the 3 important criteria. Remaining, obviously, of course, this one is interesting. This is also 140. Student support and progression. Okay. But these two, this is 100. For autonomous college, even this was also 100 only. But yes, for an affiliated college, they have given little more importance to criteria 5 compared to autonomous college. We were having all these beyond 3, no, it's all 100 only for us. See, for autonomous college, 150 here, 300 here, and 150 here. After that is all 100. But for affiliated college, they have given little more importance to student support and progression. Okay. But totally, it's always 1000 marks. So it's all clear now. You need to concentrate more on criteria 1, 2, 3, and 5. So what about 4, 6, and 7? You may ask. Yeah, 100 marks each. Okay, 100 marks each. This is 300. What is the marks for first criteria? 100 here. 100 itself. But still you have to concentrate because this has connection to 2 always. If you don't do well here, it's not possible here, no? All right. That's the key point. Otherwise, I would have put this one also here. But I'm trying to put 100, though it is 100. Okay, like 4, 6, 7. I will put this in the important criteria because without 1, 2 cannot exist sometimes, right? And this is 350. This is 110. And this is 140. So just count 700 marks here only, no? And this is 300, obviously. 700 plus 300. All right. So that's the weightage that we have for these criteria that we know in NAAC. Now this is coming to quantitative, discussion. In criteria 1, how many indicators are there? Only 4 indicators are there. Remember, whenever I discuss now onwards, When I say qualitative metrics, you should remember peer team visit is there for this. They will come and evaluate. You are writing descriptive answers for this. Of course, even data also will be there supporting. All right, but this will be assessed not by the DVV partner based on your data. So you need to see therefore where you should give importance when you submit your SSR. Quantitative, definitely you should give more importance. Qualitative, there is a scope for you to improve your data only even when they come, no? When you present. Principal's presentation is there, IQAC presentation is there, department presentations are there, correct? So you need to see which one you should do, concentrate more. For everything you have to write the answers, remember? When you submit the SSR first only you should submit for qualitative as well as for quantitative. But qualitative, will they look into? No, this is only for the peer team to look into. But I doubt whether they also will go through all your documents because it will be very bulky. They will come here and have a look. They will have some idea maybe of your college. Some things they may look into, right? But not the whole thing. So you need to concentrate more on quantitative metrics when you submit your SSR, though you have to submit both together. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Remember, this will finally add up to 55. Okay, this will become 55. And this will become 21 and this will become 34. Quantitative, total. So criteria 1, qualitative metrics only 2, quantitative metrics 4. Okay. Criteria 2, qualitative metrics we have 3 and we have quantitative metrics 7. So more importance you should give, to this. Yeah, there are 3 questions for which they will come to evaluate. So in every criteria, there will be one or the other questions. How many questions are there in the previous one criteria? Only 2 questions to evaluate, come and evaluate here. Okay. Here, 3 questions are there. But look at the quantitative one. 7 questions. You have to submit data and they will give you the score. All right. Remember, this course will not be visible to you till the PTV visit is over, and finally only you will get to know the score also. They will only tell you whether you are qualified or not qualified, 25%. Quantitative marks will not be available to you till the end of the NAAC process. NAAC process is ended only when the peer team has come and given the report, submitted the report to NAAC, and the NAAC has announced the result. That time, even this result also will come. Okay. 3 you see, again. Qualitative, how many questions? 3. Quantitative, 6. Again, important, no? This, if you see now, equal weightage for qualitative as well as quantitative. 3 plus 3. Criteria 4. Which is criteria 4? Infrastructure and learning resources. What and all will come in this? All our infrastructure, library, IT facility, internet, sports, halls, auditoriums, everything will come in this. Teaching and learning resource, infrastructure and learning resources. So 3 plus 3. All right. Good. Then let me just see whether there are any questions here. No. 88%. No. Okay. Next. Criteria 6. This is very important. Oh, sorry, 5 I skipped. Criteria 5 is student support and progression. Affiliated colleges should concentrate there here because 140 marks, no? How many key indicators are there? Only 4 key indicators. How many qualitative metrics? Only 1. So there is hardly something is there for the peer team to see in criteria 5. Only 1 question. All right. So when the peer team comes, you can give less importance to criteria 5. But you have to give more importance to all these criteria 4, 3, 2 and 1. 1 also not great, but definitely 2, 3, 4, right? But this is only 1 question. 1 question, 1 person is in charge or 2 people are in charge. They will do the entire documentation, keep everything ready. Principal will go through it. IQAC will go through that. As a college, we will go through it. Over, right? Nothing to worry. But look at this. Is it not very important? The best. We are also right now preparing ourselves for PTV visit. No, we should be pakka here. Criteria 6, because here This is the only metric, if you see next one, I will show you here also, this one also. These are the only two metrics, 6 and 7. That's why I wanted to show them together, where qualitative number is more than the quantitative number. 5, 4 here and here. And criteria 7 is institutional values and best practices, correct? 4 and 2. Environment related questions are there here, correct? Gender sensitivity questions are there. Constitution rights or obligations, human rights, all that will come in this. And your best practices, institutional distinctiveness, right? So this is the challenge, to identify, first of all, the 2 of the best practices out of so many best practices that you have. Identify 2 best practices, evidence of success, content, context, everything you have to write, for the best practice. 2. And the distinctiveness, your institutional distinctiveness, that also we should do. Right, in criteria 7. So remember, this is 4 qualitative and 2 quantitative. So at the end of this now, if I ask you, okay, out of all this discussion now, in these 7 slides that I showed you, from 1, again, I'll show you 2, 4, 6, 3, 7, 10, 3, 6, 9. I'm reading the qualitative, quantitative, and total. 3, 3, 6, 1, 8, 9, and 5, 4, 9. What do you think? What do you think you have understood? You have understood that you have to submit the quantitative and qualitative metrics together, one time only as SSR. But when the peer team comes, they are coming not for the quantitative metrics. They are coming to look into only the qualitative metrics. The mandate is only to look into the qualitative metrics. So don't you think you need to concentrate on those criteria and metrics, criteria where the qualitative metric is higher? And that is definitely 7 and 6. And never to forget the remaining, but 5 as a less weightage, right? Definitely. Remaining are having almost equal one. This is 2 questions, 3 questions, 3 questions. 3 questions again, up to 4, almost the same weightage. But here you see, criteria 6 and 7, surely you need to do really well. Those are handling the 6 and 7, because peer team will be after you. The peer team will come and say, where are the green initiatives? Right? Show us the document, the policy, green policy, environment related, all that what you have written, show. Because they will be coming to see only these facilities which are recorded in 6 and 7. 6 is almost everything about governance. So therefore, the management of the institution should be very, very supportive to the institution in disclosing all their policies, and see that we get a good score here. We did not do very well in criteria 6 last time in 2015. Yeah, in this criteria we did little less comparatively compared to other criteria. But this time we have decided that we will be very open, and we will try to score as much as possible, because peer team visit is to look into these aspects, governance, leadership, right? Very important. And that's where the management, the principal, the education, all will come into picture over there. Timeline. Let us say after you decide to go for NAAC, and definitely when you decide for NAAC, within 6 months, the last 6 months, 6 months, you should submit your IAQA. That means if at all, if your SSR is going to, you have the certificate, If at all, if you're going for the first time, it is over. First time IAQA, fresh. Otherwise, if you're going for successive NAAC accreditation, 31st May, if your validity is, then 6 months you can count. And anytime in that 6 months, you can submit your IAQA. And once the NAAC body, I have not given the time duration here, they can take any time, but maybe generally 10 days they'll take. Then they'll accept the IAQA. Then you have 45 days to submit your SSR. But your SSR will be ready before this only, at least you'll see that it is almost ready. SSR. In these 45 days, you need to even only upload and all that. So many things are there. Just imagine 7 criteria to be uploaded, right? Not easy. Of course, 7 people will be uploading definitely, or maybe 14 people will be uploading, right? Group of 2 and all. But still, it is not easy. Somebody has to go through, after you upload and all. whether everything is in order and all that. And it should be as per the SOP. Please remember, for every question there is a SOP. What is SOP? Standard
Standard operator.
procedure, correct? For every out of the 55 metric, for every metric there is a SOP. And sometimes what institutions do is they do wrong thing. They see the SOP last. One center says no. First you should go through the SOP. What can be added, what cannot be added in your question as a document is given there very clearly. Just follow that. Blindly you have to follow that. If you don't have, you need to create. No? In the sense, you need to prepare. You need to tell your management, see, we need this kind of a thing. And therefore, we need to start. Never late, no? That's why this NAAC process is very interesting. What they are trying to do, they are trying to build quality, no? Improve quality. So they want you to read this and try to adopt these policies or these mechanisms which were not there earlier maybe, but you cannot go on saying we don't have. Somewhere you have to start, no? You start. At least in the last year it is there. Correct? Now that is your last year of you will be starting the work at least 1 year in advance. We studied our work 2 years in advance. So at least 1 year in advance you will be starting the work. Okay, that 1 year you can set up all the mechanisms which are required as per the SOP. It is not only NAAC coordinators' work. It is divide and read. Word by word you should read SOP. Word by word somebody should read, or all should read the NAAC manual. Because everything is so clearly given there, right? So once you submit SSR, of course, for some reason, if you're not able to submit SSR, you can always ask for 15 days of extension. And how to ask all this? Definitely through the NAAC portal. There is a feedback, help section is there. Just you need to give a reason and write a letter signed by the principal. Please remember, principal is the sole responsible person for every document. His sign is there means over. Competent authority means always principal. Anyway, it need not be written as only principal. Competent authority means always principal. Once he signs in his green ink and then puts the seal of this one, data becomes authentic. All right. So far, there was no penalty for giving wrong data or deviating for the deviation and all. First time I saw yesterday while I was reading this affiliated manual, they are suggesting, you will be surprised to see these words. Legal action. This is one word they are citing. And one more word they have cited is, penalty. First time I'm reading this in the NAAC manual. Okay. This is okay, at least I don't know. But this legal action means, they will blacklist you maybe. They may not allow you to maybe apply for 1 more year or whatever, depending on the gravity of deviation. Therefore, we should be true. That is also there. What I am trying to say is, when I say create, it's not cooking up data. It is remember at least trying to make the have these systems in place, even if it is for last year, 1 year. Have the system is in place and then write. Get data from that system, which you have created, and then write. That's what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, this is what is written afresh now. DVV, they don't only not earlier and all, they were reducing the numbers. As I told you, you may write, I have 50 activities in this year. They will reduce this to 25. And they will give reason. One reason they'll give, I have reduced because these activities were not of 1 day duration or maybe 1 week duration. They have reduced. You can't do anything because you have given the dates. Correct? No, you never knew. Maybe you cannot give 1 day activity. You should give more than 1 day activity, for which you should read the SOP. I'm saying, if you read the SOP and follow the SOP, then this kind of difference will not come. 50 won't get reduced to 25. Now they are suggesting not only decrease in number, they are suggesting legal action. They are saying penalty and all that. So once your SSR is submitted online, in 30 days time, 2 things will happen. DVV and SSS. Remember, we submitted the data on 1 day, 20th, I think, of July or something like that. And immediately in 2 hours only, my student satisfaction survey started. In the sense, emails went to students, give the feedback on this institution. All right, within 2 hours. And within 2 days, we were just trying to relax. Within 2 days, we got the DVV also. And if you ask me, sir, how many questions you got for DVV? Does it come for all the questions, sir? Remember, we had 72 questions in quantitative Q&M, and some 12 to 13 questions in extended profile. For all the questions they asked. That is the new thing now that's happening. They're not asking for only few. They're asking for all the questions. Again, you have to read and do it. It was so painful, but tedious also. Because we were just trying to relax, and the DVV came within 2 days, and we had to again sit and answer those questions. No? Can we ask for extension for submission of DVV? Yes. 1 week of extension is possible. Here I said 2 weeks of extension. For DVV, 7 days of extension. After this process is over, we are in this process. We are here. We have not even got this pre-qualifier stage. Definitely, we will clear this stage. 25% marks is what we are supposed to get. We will get it. After that, within 3 months, your peer team visit should be over. And they say, once the results are out now, 1 month time lock. You can schedule your visits only after this. So 1 month is anyhow gone, and it's required also because we need to prepare, no? And after 1 month only, it will allow you to select the dates. And from here onwards, you can select the dates, and your peer team visit will happen for the qualitative metrics. 2 to 3 people will visit your institutions, right? 3 people normally, because 3 means if one person gives, remember, for each metric, they have to give either 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 or 0. Let's say 2 of them give 4 for one question, one person gives 3. When they consolidate, how much marks will be given for this question? What do you think? Average they'll take? No average, please. Best 2. Which are the best 2? 4. That's why 3 members will come. Otherwise, it's a problem. No, correct? No, if you don't, if one person gives 4, other person will give you 3, which one to take? Average and all, and that becomes a problem for them. And therefore, they don't do all that. They take 3 questions marks. Suppose somebody has given 4. 2 have given 2 and 2. Definitely 2 will be taken, right? The majority for each question. 3 members are there, right? So that's how it goes on. All right. Good. Suppose if each one has given different and all, then somebody will be asked to find out, maybe verify which one we shall give. Okay, you have given 4, I have given 3. Either this also reduce, also, or this person should increase, right? Something like that. But generally, it doesn't happen because all are seeing or listening to the same thing. No, maybe the angle from which they saw, maybe the background of theirs, from which they saw this one, maybe could be different, and therefore slight difference will be there. Let's not worry about how they will award the marks, but this is how they do it. Right? That's why 3 members are always required. Either 3 or 5 will be there. But we are all small institutions. Definitely only 3. I think I will skip this because this I have told you. This is explaining the same timeline. Okay. I will skip this. And see here, exactly 68 and 32. Right? Fine. And this is not relevant at all now. Not relevant at all. This is in the older format. Optional metrics were available. Some metrics you could leave. I don't find any metrics that you can leave because right now they have reduced from 93 to how many questions we said? 55, right? So all these becomes compulsory. They don't ask you to reduce anything there. So therefore, this slide is not important. Okay. Fine. This is all the same. Pre-qualifier stage. All right. SSS, Student Satisfaction Survey, which will come after your submission of SSR. How many objective questions are there? 20. And how many subjective? 1. I was wondering, what is this one subjective question? It is like any other comments that you want to write, students want to write. Remember, we have trained maybe, or we have asked our students to give 4 for all the questions. If one student gives 4 for every 20 questions, so his score is 4, no? One student's score is 4. But if out of 20, even if student gives for 18 questions, he has given 4. But for 19th and 20th, 2 questions, he gives 3. Just imagine your full score will change, no? So it's not easy. Many times we see, we got 3.75 in this. Okay, this one is open. You can only see the marks of this in the portal. On a daily basis, you can see, because it comes in your portal. Once the student satisfaction survey starts, they will indicate to you that it has started, but you don't know to which students it has gone. But you will start seeing this score. This will either decrease on a daily basis or increase. But once the process is over, it is stopped. Right? Stopped. So 3.75 is our score. We were expecting 4 out of 4, but it is not possible. No? It's highly impossible. But remember, 3.75 is 90% and above. Students have given you marks 4 out of 4. Just imagine, because 9 into 4 is 36. Right? So we are very happy that 90% and above students have given us the total score, and our score is at 3.75. Even if 3.5 also, if you get, you should be very happy. 3.2 also, you should be very happy, because 80% of the students are saying that you're good. Very good. Correct? Okay. So that is SSS. What I was just referring to the subjective. Subjective is any other. Whatever they want to write, they can write there. Even if they have written here 444 here, if they have written one complaint here, who will get this subjective questions? The peer team. This the peer team will not get. This, whatever you have written, no, the full list will be there in the hand of the peer team chairman. He will read all these. So therefore, he has some idea what is wrong in this institution or what is good in this institution. Right? Therefore, if the students don't write anything here, it's well and good. But if they write, and if they write one point, negative point or whatever, right, this requires improvement and all that, the peer team will have the list correctly. That's what I know. All right. Good. So this is, I said, no, 2 to 3 days, but generally it is 2 days now. With the 2 to 5 expert reviewers, generally 3, chairman, member, secretary, and member. Okay. Generally, the chairman is a former vice chancellor. A member secretary will be again a former vice chancellor or a principal of the college, and member will be again principal or associate professor of any of the institution, famous institution, right? You need to do so many things. Now see, 2.5 is the aim. I said, why 2.5? At least you will be at B plus. No, that's what they expect. Of course, 2.01 onwards or 1.51 onwards only you are accredited C. But 2.01 you are accredited B. But the vision of NAAC is by 2025 you should be at least at 2.51 all. So that's where Paramarsh scheme is working, right? To handhold the weaker institutions by stronger institutions and see that all will achieve this goal. Let's see. These are some of the disclosures that we need to have on the website. What and all we need to be prepared with SSR. Executive summary. Every criteria you have to write 250 words maximum, and the total summary should be of 5,000 words, including introduction, conclusion, and so on. Right? Nothing more than 5,000. They do not allow. Right? That's all that. Profile of the institution. This time you are very lucky. Only 22 questions are there in the new framework, and this is a new edition. Institutional preparedness for NEP. There are 6 points there on which you have to write. 6 points. Specific points are there on which you are supposed to write everything. And electoral literacy. This is a new thing. ELC club we need to have. Electoral literacy club. And you have to write the initiatives of this. How many students are above 18? You should write. And who are the secretaries of these electoral literacy club? What are the activities that you are doing? How you educate, what are the awareness programs that you create. So all this is a new thing that has come in the new framework. It was not there earlier. So this should be written separately. An extended profile, only 4 questions. 13 questions were there earlier. Now only 4 questions. Then of course, this is your important. 7 criteria will come here. 55 metrics will be here. You're wondering what is this QIF? It is quality indicator framework consisting of 7 criteria. And finally, of course, some of the data QNM means normally there will be data template, no? Data templates. So all those data templates also are given to you. You need to fill them, data template, without changing or renaming the columns as it is. All right. So once again, you need to have an executive summary in which you will be writing your whatever introduction, conclusion, and summary for each of the criteria. And then let me answer one thing. Only we can write this summary better. Don't outsource. In case if somebody is thinking, can we outsource the entire thing, work and all that? A lot of people are approaching us, but we never do that because we know our college much better than they know it. Therefore, if you give to them, they may only beautify your, which is not required these days because there is online submission of data. Beautification is not required. One template we can prepare always, right? And use the same template all the time. Therefore, beautification is not the idea at all here. Okay, so don't give it to outsource. Anytime we are the ones who can do much better job than anybody can do. So we can write much better than anyone can write. That's what I want to tell you. And executive summary, I told it cannot be more than 5,000 words, right? SWOC and all will be written here only. But what is very important is, and what my principal always tells me is, don't write some things in bold and all that. That is especially in weakness and challenges, because the same thing they copy. What do you want? They have to give a report, no? Peer team report. You know how the peer team report is prepared? Based on your SWOC. Whatever you say, no, are my challenges or are my, opportunities and all that. Your opportunities, they will cut paste. And they say they have an opportunity of starting this. So what you cannot do, please don't write. All right. So because the same thing will be copied by them and will be put in your, report, peer team report. And that's very interesting because they also, principals and all, they've gone for peer team visits. No, they know exactly how they prepare their report. What we write only will come in their report finally. Okay, they copy paste. Therefore, when you write your SSR, have in mind what you are supposed to write, because you should not be seeing that in the peer team report. So those things you should not write. This is a sample calculation of CGPA. See here. This is one of the college. I'm not disclosing the name of the college. This may not be a affiliated college, but the procedure is the same. Okay. Total is 150, which means it is criteria 1 of autonomous college. This is for you. It is 100 marks. And don't worry about all that because the procedure is the same. There are how many key indicators here? In criteria 1, I am showing only one criteria. Remember, procedure is the same for all the criteria. How many key indicators are there? 4. Okay. Curriculum design and development. You may not have this because you have curriculum planning here. Instead of curriculum design and development, implementation is there for you. Curriculum implementation and planning. Okay. Now, in 50, how I got 200 here? Anybody? 50 was multiplied by 4. Why? Because you see here, down here, they gave for each, see 1 point, 1 point. These are the metrics. These are the metrics. All gave 4, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 questions were there. Remember, how many key indicators? Key indicators are 4 KI. But how many metrics were there total? Quantitative metrics maybe, or qualitative, whatever put together, 5. 1.1.1, 1.1.2, 1.1.3, 1.1. Oh, okay. I have to see only these 3. 1.1 only. No, this is okay. Only these 3. 1.3. Sorry, this is not the one. Let me erase this. Only 3 metrics were there. Totally 4 indicators are there, but of course, if I have to see totally, it is still here, okay? Till here, 1.4.2. How many questions totally? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 questions are there. But you take only one key indicator now. First one, 1.1. 1.1, how many metrics are there? 1.1.1, 1.1.2, 1.1.3, 3. How much you have scored? 4. That means it's 4 only. Now 4 into 50 will be 200. Full marks. Okay, next we'll see 1.2. How many questions are there? Only 2 questions are there. Again, both you got 4. Therefore, 4 into 4 you'll get 160. If you see the third key indicator in criteria 1, remember this is only criteria 1. Third criteria 1.3.1, 1.3.2, 1.3.3, 1.3.4. 4 questions. And how much you got? 4, 4, 3, and 4, let's say. 4, 4, 3, and 4. So add 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4. It becomes 15. Divided by 4, it becomes 3.75. And that's how this is multiplied by 3.75 to get 150. And here again, last question is on feedback. No, 4 only you got. So multiply by 4, 80. So totally how much it is? 590. What is the weightage? 150. So can I get the grade point average? Criteria grade point average? CR for criteria. Grade point average? Yes. For this criteria, first criteria, my CGPA is, CRGPA is 3.93. Like that, they do it for all the criterias, and this is how your final score sheet will come. Now, if somebody is thinking that 3.61 is the average of these, you're wrong. No, this is individual criteria. I told you just now 3.93. See here, 3.93 for criteria 1. Correct, it is. Same institution I've taken here, 3.93. Remaining are all here. But whether this final score is average of these, no, but it is this divided by this. You may wonder why, sir, it is 975, 25 is less, no, totally it should be 1000, no. Yeah, we had the option of leaving 25, maximum 30, but these people have left 25. 25 weightage metrics they have left. So therefore 975. 3521 divided by 975, 3.61 is the score. So 3.61 is not the average of these, but it is this divided by this. Okay, good. So simple stats for handling data. How you can think of in your institutions to do this. Have a methodology for data collection. I don't know, either offline method or online method. When I say online method, somebody will be developing an application maybe, and through that you can collect data, or maybe a Google Sheet, Google Form, and then collect data, whatever. But whether your staff is trained to use Google products, this is very important, I'm telling you. Because most of us know how to fill a Google spreadsheet, but do you know how to protect your data? See, I am a person who will circulate a Google spreadsheet. Remember, everybody can fill that, but at the same time, everybody can kill that also if you don't protect the row. If you need to fill the data 10, 50, whatever you are filled, Naveen, whatever, but you need to protect this row. No, if you're not protecting the row, then other person can change it. So this kind of an education has to be given. Google Drive, how to? We did it very nicely. One Google Drive of the institution, we had folders for each criteria, and we gave access to only those people in charge of this criteria. I, as a person, I was technical committee head. Now also I'm in charge of this technical committee. I monitor all this. I give permission only to those people to see criteria 1. Now, sometimes they ask, sir, I want to see criteria 2 also because we are interconnected. Then I give them the permission only to view. I don't give them the permission to write inside this folder or even remove or download from this folder. Only view. All this is it available? Yeah, it's possible. So we created like this folders, and we put inside this. They were supposed to, upload everything here, so that I am as a technical committee head, every data I know who has not submitted, who has submitted. It's not that you should call for a meeting and see who has submitted. I can sit in my computer and see how many have submitted, how many have not submitted, what is the data inside, everything, right? So like that you can think of in a Google Drive. Google Drive, create a space and upload, right? Great. And then usage of geotagged photographs. These days we need to always have geotagged photographs. Photography also, quality of photos are also important. Depth, right? PDF editor, which one to choose. Yeah, we can go for Adobe. Maybe it is expensive, somebody may say, but a lot of good features and multiple logins are possible from multiple systems. Now, any system I can sit and log in. I need not to stick to the one system only, which other private sometimes players may give for lesser price, but you should know the drawbacks before you purchase. Okay, please see all that. And then file attachments, techniques and shortcuts, how to attach a file, techniques and shortcuts, how to create a spreadsheet, how to link, go for hyperlink sometimes. In the data sheet, last column is, they say submit data, but here it should be only there, no, click here, click here, click here. How to make that? And when it clicks, it should go to the right file and all that, all that we should learn. So staff training is very important. Data collection should be as per the SOP, I said. Refer SSR of other colleges. And anybody knows how to refer the SSR of other colleges? That's the last thing I would like to teach you, and I will stop. I think I have 2 minutes. Can I do that, sir? I will show you the Yeah.
Okay, sir.
This is not known to many of them. That's why I want to tell them very clearly where to search for the SSR of other colleges. There are two methods. Now, one is to go to their website and check. No, that is not the easy method actually. And before I go to that, creation of policies, all policies should be in place. Whatever is there in our SOP, create the policies, HR policy, that policy, this policy, everything. Okay. It's got all these, and I will now show you. I hope you are able to see whatever I am doing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I go to NAAC site. Okay. You can see this, no, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't go to login at all. I need not. This is your HAI portal. Okay. I mean, only those who have got credentials only can do that. I can do that at the moment, but I will not be able to show you. Right. But I will show you how to see the others. SSR, everyone's, including mine. Everything is visible, transparency. Here it is. You just need to click at the bottom, accreditation status. Okay, click on that. And then here, the link opens to the entire world, entire countries, SSR. Accreditation status of universities and colleges. Click here. Now, this is the dashboard. Such a wonderful thing which NAAC has done. You need to just put here college, state you select. Let's say I will select Karnataka. Okay. And let's say I will SDPT college. Sir, have you gone for cycle, sir? NAAC cycle?
Yeah, we have completed 2 cycles, sir.
Okay, I will put cycle 2, and I'm trying to search your SSR. Okay.
Okay.
See, I will get your SSR. Maybe it may not be there in your website, but I will get it here, sir. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Affiliated UG college. And I will say show details. Oh no, this is bad. I will put your how your official name is there, sir, of the college. Sri Durga
Parameshwari Temple First Aid College, Katir.
What is the full this one, the spelling of Sri?
Sri SHREE.
Okay, Sri Durga.
Durga Parameshwari.
Let's see. Not available. Maybe cycle 2, no? SSR submitted, results declared, or maybe only of this present. This was not in online mode that time, no? Only of the present ones it is showing. Okay, let me see mine only. Cycle 4. I have submitted the SSR now. Okay. You can. This is mine is Autonomous College, and I will say just show the details. See. All those autonomous colleges in Karnataka who have completed cycle 4, SSR is submitted, it is visible here. Can you see that?
Yes.
Aloysius College, can you see here? So you click here, you will get the SSR of my college. See, number 3, can you see who is it?
Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwara.
SDM Ujire, one more college. So if I just go to, let's say affiliated college, I will not put cycle 4, let's say cycle 2. You're going for cycle 3 now next?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Let's say SSR submitted. I'll go for show details. So if you want to refer, before you go to cycle 3, let's say some SSRs you want to refer. So you have a list. So many, 7 tabs are there. Can you see at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 7 pages are there. Each one having, there are 63 entries, 63 colleges you can refer. How long it takes for you to go to websites and see, this is very easy. I hope you got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can also see their results here, sir. You have a lot of options. Results declared. PT visit scheduled. Right now, I am seeing only this, sir. You know why I am seeing this? Because I am interested to know where are the visits scheduled right now. Therefore, where will be my rank, my chance will come. When my chance will come. When they are submitted their SSR. By seeing PT visit scheduled, what I am guessing is, oh, okay, now they are clearing this month is going on now. Because I can see their SSR, no? Every college SSR I can see.
Yeah.
And therefore, I can also find out when my college may likely to go for a peer team visit. I hope you got it. And finally, PTR submitted means peer team report submitted. Everything is available in this site, sir. All right. To all the participants, I'm saying this is the beautiful dashboard NAAC has given you. Please make use of this. You need not ask or request any of the colleges to submit their or give their SSR. All right. Many times we think that, oh, we need to have a good connection. Yeah, all that is really, networking is very important, but you can get the SSR online. This is how the NAAC people also search for their SSRs, remember, okay, for all the SSRs. So you can do that for any state, okay? For any state, you can search this. Or if you don't give the state, if you keep it select and search, it will give for all the states. I hope you got it now.
Yes.
Right now? You will get
Yes,
for
sir.
all the states. Just imagine 199 entries, sir, for affiliated UG college who has completed cycle 3, SSR submitted. Okay, in this new format.
Yes.
So that's how you can get to see the SSRs. Okay, I'm open for questions right now. Thank you.
So participants are unmuted.